Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen video. Today we're gonna look at IAE2954 Day 2. It is Aegis Dynamics, one of the biggest, if not the biggest military brand in Star Citizen. Before we begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. And of course, before everything goes, first PSA and the only PSA, you do not need to buy any of this shit with real money. All you need is a starter pack, and what's better than a starter pack? A discounted starter pack. And what's better than a discounted starter pack? Currently, during the IAE 2954 event, you can play Star Citizen for free. And that's the best part. Okay, without further ado, let's check out Aegis Dynamics and let's see what do we have for us. And well, firstly, I would say most of these ships are expensive, but the one that we want to take a look at is the Warbond Daily Deal. It is the Eclipse with 10 years insurance, which is nice. One of the biggest things I would recommend if you want big ships, you want to get the Warbond upgrade, because for this you get $25 off. Now, before I can say anything, this is mainly for veteran players or players who wants to, have more expensive ship. This is the best way to do so, to get cheap ships or cheaper ships with lifetime insurance. That's right. It might not be no, it is not a game changing for the insurance part, but getting ships for cheap, hey, you know what? That's cool. That's cool, but what's better is, of course, all these ships are obtainable in game. You only want to buy ships in order if you want to support CIG. That's how I put it. Okay, treat every single ship like a product, and it is subject to change. And to top it off, yeah, no, take it as supporting CIG rather than a product. Okay, that's all I can say. And of course, hopefully this video is informed enough, or at least you are informed before you make a purchase. That's the best part of it. Okay, and let's begin with the number one ship, the best ship, the Avengers stock. Okay, not the best ship, but the best hull, which is the Avenger hull. This is the Avenger Stalker variant. This one is the basic, or rather the standard issue for the Avenger. It has a prisoner cell in the ship, and it's at $60, which is nice. But what's better than that? It is the Avenger Titan. Now, the Avenger Titan does not have prisoner cell. Instead, you have some cargo space, which is great. Yeah, so this is a combat interdiction. This is a transport light freight, and the weaponry is the same. The best part about all the Avengers that we're going to take a look, right, from the Titan to the Stalker to the Avenger Titan Renegade to the Avenger Warlock, they are the same in terms of pilot control weapons. The only thing extra for the Warlock is it has an EMP. That's why it's the priciest among all the Avenger series. The Avenger Titan Renegade is a special ship that has a nicer paint scheme. Do note this is hull specific paint scheme, because this was released back in the days where skin wasn't available. Okay, that's one. Number two, it has a better, or at least a little bit better loadout compared to the base Titan. So that's the difference. So you're basically paying extra $15 for a skin and a little bit more expensive weapons. And usually what I would say is skins, forget about it, just skip it. Weapons, just upgrade in game. Okay, take it as a progression. You just want to get a base ship and then you upgrade too. That's how I look at it. But for this, you can't really buy the skin per se separately. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. $75 is tough, but $60 for the Avenger Titan, the best starter ship out there. That, yes. And of course, you want to get with a starter pack. That's for sure. Don't buy standalone. Standalone Avenger Titan is just so-so. Okay, so-so. But if it's your first ship, hey, it's great. Next up, we have the Eclipse, a $300 stealth bomber. The Eclipse is expensive. It's really, really expensive. The only thing that you would want to get an Eclipse most likely you're going to be in an organization to begin with. Okay, the Eclipse is a horrible solo ship, literally solo ship. But as a group, the Eclipse is awesome. When you play with a group of friends, the Eclipse is great when it comes to skirmishes and guerrilla warfare because it has size 9 torpedoes, which is fun. But what's better than the Eclipse? Of course, it's gonna come soon, right? We're gonna take a look at the Gladius first. You know what? I'm going straight. Let's skip this few. You're gonna see lots of ship. You're gonna see expensive ship. Where is the Retaliator? The Retaliator is the, I would say, the best pickup right now if you want a bomber role and you want a little bit of versatility, because the Retaliator has now it's modular. Right now it has in-game, what do you call this? You can buy it in-game right now for the modularity. So I would say just get the base Retaliator and then get the modules in-game. You can do cargo running with the Retaliator, which is kind of fun, right? It is something interesting. You are getting a kind of a combat ship and then you repurpose into a cargo running ship, which is, you know what, I think it's still great. I think it's awesome because if you are on a downtime, you can do cargo running. Sure, you can do a little bit of PvP. No, PvP is the wrong word. PvE, if you want to, right? And of course, when you go up with a group fight, the Retaliator is a strong ship, right? That's the best part about the Retaliator. However, the Eclipse is strong when you want to do a silent strike team. And like I said, usually when you want to pick up the Eclipse, most likely in general, you probably are in an organization because you want to at least have a squad of Eclipse. That's for sure. Next up, we have the Gladius at $90 and Gladius Verlaine. Again, these are the two same exact ship. The only difference is the Gladius Verlaine has a little bit better loadout. And this is the golden child or the poster child for Squadron 42. It is the, I won't say the best fighter out there, but it is the best fighter to start with. Yep, there is another fighter which is a little bit nicer to fly around, but the Gladius is the best fighter to begin with, right? Get to learn the controls, get to learn how to do dogfight, and then after that, if you want more agile ship, there is one. If you want a little bit more pew pew, there is another option as well. So you can actually side grade, upgrade, downgrade. Yeah. And if you think that the Gladius a little bit more, actually no, you can't really downgrade from the Gladius. The Gladius is just too good. It's too good. At $90, this is my gold standard when it comes to a fighter. Okay. This is the entry level gold standard. If you perform lousier than the Gladius, then yeah, we have some issue. All right. So the Gladius Verlaine, $110, $20 for a little bit. Okay, unfortunately, the skin is not different compared to the base Gladius. So that's the reason why I say this is an easy skip. Sure, it has a little bit better loadout, but meh. Next up, we have the Hammerhead at $725. Now, this is for people who are already in an organization or people like me who wants to play with friends and you want to have a nice ship to roam around. However, the Hammerhead is not the best pick. It is a great pick when it comes to just pure pew pew. And if you want to carry the Hammerhead or you want to bring a Hammerhead to an event, this is actually a very nice ship to go around. Okay, you can get people to crew up, do Xenotrat. Hey, that's great. You want to do Save the Stanton, Hammerhead is another go-to ship as well, which is great. So yeah. The problem is, of course, there's no pilot control weapons. It is $725. It is expensive. If you want to get the Hammerhead, I would suggest do the Warborn ship upgrade so you can get the Hammerhead for cheap. I believe I can squish down the Hammerhead by another $200 by end of IAE. So if you want to know how I'm going to do it, stay tuned. Yeah. Next up, we have the Idris P. Now this is a ship that I like. A ship that I've decided, you know what, I will not spend $1,500. It is too much money for a ship. Plus, the Aegis is a capital ship. It is a frigate. It is also a multi-crew ship. It is technically, all right. Just because you can fly the ship solo does not mean you can solo. So the Aegis P is on the personally, if you can fly solo means you can solo. But then again, yeah, you have so many logistic to do an upkeep. Yeah. So the Aegis P is not a solo ship. Okay, straight up not a solo ship, but it's a very nice organized mobile base to own. If you're in the orc, most likely you already have it for those big arcs, and obviously it gets sold out super fast. So yeah, it is weird. People are willing to put money on this, and who am I to say, right? If I have 1,500 to dump on this ship, I will. I will. Okay, truth to be told, I will. It's a very nice ship. Okay, and it's gonna be a starting point for Squadron 42 as well. One of the starting, I wouldn't say bases, but yeah, introduction of some of the missions. You'll be on the Idris. Next up, we have the Javelin, which is the destroyer at $3,000. This is basically a, you know what? I don't need to say it is expensive. Combat capability, you need a full crew. This ship requires a crew to play with, and again, it's an orc ship. Yeah, the Javelin and the Idris. You know what? You could kinda fly in a smaller group, but people will give me a hard time about it, so I'm gonna say this is a group ship. This is a group ship, straight up. Straight up, okay. Yeah. Next up, we have the Nautilus. Now, the Nautilus is a mine-laying ship. Now, this ship is a little bit interesting because it has mine-laying. So, technically, with a little bit of finesse, you kinda able to solo. I know I have to use this word very sparingly, okay? So, but one of the biggest thing is because the Nautilus main function is to do mine laying, and mine laying requires extra one more person. So it's a two pilot, it's a pilot and a co-pilot ship. Now the thing is, the Nautilus, we do not know what it can do at the moment. Right now, it says you only have remote mines or just mine laying, and that's it. All right. Another one is I don't know if it's confirmed yet, so that's the reason why I say I'm just gonna just hang on for a while. If and only if the Nautilus can deploy remote turret or AI turrets, yeah, this ship is awesome, right? Awesome as a defensive ship. That's it. It's not an offensive ship. Yeah, you kinda nah. You know what? I cannot use those. Right? That is my playstyle. My playstyle I can kind of repurpose just a little bit, but in true honesty, the Nautilus is a little bit hard to repurpose. So yeah, it is a niche ship. That's $725. Yeah, it is expensive. Next up, we have the Reclaimer. Now, the Reclaimer is the largest salvaging ship out there. It is a ship that I like and love. And to top it off, one small little backstory is that the original concept artist who did the Reclaimer designed some other spaceships for movies as well. So yeah, so at least we have some veteran ship designer that handles the Reclaimer, and oh boy, the Reclaimer's nice. It's nice. Again, not a solo ship. Okay, I need to put a disclaimer there. Anything else requires more than one person is not a solo ship. Although the Reclaimer I did able to solo. You can park it somewhere, use the claw, use the tractor beam, and then go back and forth. Sure, it is more steps, right? Next up, we have the Redeemer at $330. There is a combat gunship. Now, this ship it kind of loses its flair along the years, truth to be told. It started off great as a community ship. It received certain buff, which I say, you know what, that's a great ship. And then it got repurposed again to a gunship. It was a dropship previously, okay? It was a dropship gunship thingy hybrid. Now it's more of a gunship, less of a dropship. And yeah, this ship, I want to love it, but it's tough. Too many changes on this ship. Now it loses its identity, which is bad. 300, and to top it off is at $330. Ugh. The Retaliator we have gone through. Now we're going to go through the Saber series. So we have Saber, which is 175. This is the base version. It is a stealth fighter. We have a Saber Comet. This one is, again, this is one of the other ships. In total, there's 4 ships that receive this treatment. The old special package treatment whereby you get ship skin, or rather it's a whole specific skin, and you get a little bit different loadout, and it costs slightly a little bit more. So in this case, the Saber to the Saber Comet is not that bad, okay? 175 to 185. However, the Comet has a little bit terrible loadout. I don't like the loadout. I have a better loadout, right? And that's the problem with the Comet. The loadout is not that great. The base version is much better. Yup. But with the new weapon rework and the new flight system or the flight mode, the Saber Comet might still haven't proven itself yet, because it's a tough ship to play around with the loadout, right? I prefer a different loadout. Yeah, and that's about it. The cool part is the cameo. The skin is nice. I love it. I love the skin, but extra $10, maybe, since skins cost around cheaper, actually about $3 to $5 depending on what ship. Next up, we have the Saber Firebird. This is a missile platform, which is surprisingly, I like it. I really do. It has a little bit different design than the base Saber. It's actually based on Saber Raven, which is not available for purchase. That is a special ship if you buy an Intel SSD. Yeah, so the closest thing to the Raven is the Firebird, and the Firebird is a little bit more oomph compared to the Raven. The Raven is an EMP stealth ship, or rather I would say it's more of a scout ship, interdiction ship, yeah, whereas the Firebird is more of a fighter. So that's cool, that's great. And of course we have the Saber Peregrine, and this is a racing ship. Now the problem with the Peregrine is $185. It is the most expensive racing ship to date, but the problem for the Peregrine is it is big. It is big for a racing ship. That's the problem. It is a nice ship, but yeah, it is big. Plus, it's too expensive. This is just too pricey for a racing ship. I unfortunately would love to just get it in game, right? If you want to spend money, yeah, nope. Next up, we have the Vanguard series. This is the Vanguard Harbinger. This is a bomber variant. Vanguard Hoplite. This is a drop ship. Before we go to the Hoplite, so the Vanguard Harbinger, the Vanguard Sentinel, and the Vanguard Warden was, I don't know if it's still, but it was promoted as a modular ship, which means the Warden can attach a Sentinel module, and the Sentinel is mainly an EMP interdiction ship, or it can slot in a bomber module, which change it to a bomber. So currently I don't know if they are still gonna put a modular system in. If the answer is yes, then I would say just pick up the Warden. Just go for the base Warden and then just pick up the module in game itself. Sure, $260 is expensive for sure. Sentinel $275, and of course Harbinger being the most expensive at $290. So bomber, EMP, base. And personally, I flew the Warden, the Vanguard series extensively because it was, I think it's still, the best PvE ship that I can fly, and it can do up to, I think, HRT, so high risk target, or is it very high risk target? The one with Hammerhead. Okay, the one with Hammerhead needs a little bit of finesse to get into the zone. Once you get into the blind spot of the Hammerhead, you literally own the AI. But however, AI changed a little bit, so I need to retest again. But the Vanguard Warden is awesome. It's awesome because you can carry a co-pilot if you want to. It is a solo ship. The pilot has a size 5 weapon, hardpoint, or a size 5 to size 6, okay, depending if you want gimbal or fixed. I need to double check. And to double check, my favorite website that I use right now is the DPS calculator, because this gives me most of the data as update as they can be, which is great. Don't update just yet. Okay, Saber, no, Vanguard, Warden. Size 5, okay. I thought we have size 6. So yeah, I wasn't wrong. Size 5. Size 5 with 4 size 2 weapon, and that's it, right? Has a little bit of missiles, and that's great. The Vanguard Sentinel has an EMP module, which is great as well. Personally, I think I would pick the Sentinel once, if I know if I can swap out the modularity, then I'll just grab the Warden plus Sentinel module. That's it. Yeah, the Sentinel is great with the EMP, but I don't think it's an everyday use. Yeah, you don't really use too much when you go to doing your PvE bounty anyway. So the Warden stands supreme in terms of that department. Okay, now we're going to move on to this Vanguard Hoplite. This is a dropship variant. Now, this is a hull specific, which means you don't have modularity. You can't really just slap on a dropship module. This is a standalone. That's the reason why I put this guy on the side. $240. It is not the cheapest dropship, but it is a decent dropship. But if you want to get a dropship, you have a better option out there. Slightly pricier, unfortunately. Slightly pricier. But it's a good option. Alright, good option. Next up, we have the Vulcan. Now, the Vulcan is a multi-purpose ship with medium repair and medium refuel. Now, the Vulcan would be, I wouldn't say in theory, but looking at how Starfarer has been doing, the Vulcan can be a very good pick for literally a small guerrilla squad. So, if of course you can see, right, it has it rearms an Eclipse, but I would say the Vulcan is best used. Actually, no, best used with a bunch of Eclipses. Yeah, you just poke the Vulcan somewhere far away from range, and then you just fly in a squad of Eclipse, right? Unload all your 3 torpedo bay, and then go back to the Vulcan and rearm and then do another flyby. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is great. That is great. And if you don't want to do the Eclipse, you can do, technically you don't really need the Retaliator. The Retaliator is great standalone, or a squad as well. You don't really need a medium repair utility ship. Saber, a squad of Saber, maybe after you do your stealth run, you know, once you get too much damage, just run away and then rearm, refuel, and then you just stealth back your way in. Yup. No, the Vulcan right now, Theorycraft. Yeah, that's the role that I would like to put it, right? Get a bunch of Vulcan, put it in a very put in a corner during a fight, and then you just cycle through. Okay, and that's that for the Aegis lineup. Unfortunately, we don't really have, like I said, we don't, no, not unfortunately. It's better than Crusader, okay? It's better than the Crusader lineup because you have some decent ship that you can pick if you want to spend money, but I would say just do a ship upgrade as well, get it in-game, play it, you know what, since it's free fly, just go in the game, have some fun, you know, because personally, I think the best pick out of all the ship lineup, the Saber. Saber is a very nice ship. And obviously the Avenger Titan, Firebird, I would say skip. The Vanguard Warden is a little bit hard to recommend due to its price tag. Slightly a little hard, but if you want a dedicated combat ship, the Warden is actually a decent pick. I wouldn't say best. No, it is a best pick. Would it be? No, not the best pick because it got dethroned. It got dethroned by Anvil. Yeah, no, I just remembered. Because, yeah, after flying one Anvil ship, oh no, that ship is too good. It's too good. Warden, second place, because it has a bed. So you can actually log off in your Warden. So, yeah. So, second best, right? Second best ship. Then of course followed by the Avenger Titan, best starter ship out there, and then of course one of the best entry ship for you to get into dogfighting, or yeah, no, dogfighting, the Gladius. Yeah, the Avenger Warlock. As much as I like EMP, this is right now the best EMP ship. Yeah, but you know what? I think I'm gonna skip. So it's Titan, best starter. Gladius, if you want to get in, if you want to do your dogfight practice, and this is if you want to spend with real money. Obviously, in game, yeah, go crazy, buy any ship you want to play with, and then of course, last but not least, Saber. Saber combat if you cannot get away with the ship skin. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. So special offer again. I'm not bothered with this. This is a literally money wasting. If you're gonna dump money here, I would rather get skin. Okay, that's how bad these things are. All right, that's all I have for you. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. Until then, I will see you guys in day 3 for IAE 2954. And until then, I'll see you in the verse and fly safe.